Dear Christopher, here is your friend Thomas the Tank Engine. He wanted to come out of his station yard and see the world. These stories tell you how he did it. I hope you will like them, because you helped me to make them. Your loving, Daddy.
Every Halloween night, the engine roams the island of Sodor, looking for a lost soul. Edward was telling another one of his ghost stories as he does every Halloween. Percy was in shock. Bust my buffers! Then what, Edward? Then what? But Thomas was not amused. Every Halloween, Edward, you tell the same ghost story. It's not spooking me. Oh, but there's more, Edward said. He takes the line from Farquhar to Vickerstown. That's where you're pulling your train tonight, Thomas. Rubbish, Thomas said. A ghost won't get me while I'm on my line. But Thomas, maybe it will. Maybe it's after you. Ha, Thomas said. Percy, you're scared of all ghost stories. Edward's just telling another one of his stories just to get you scared. Thomas puffed away in a huff. Is it true, Edward? Of course it's just a ghost story. It's just a story. It isn't real. Oh, goodness, Percy said. He was getting quite worried. Oh, Edward, can we please play a trick on Thomas so he'll believe the ghost story? Well, I have been wanting to give an engine a good spook for a long time. What do you think? Well, once I scared Thomas. I crashed into a trailer of lime. Lime flew everywhere. I looked just like a ghost and I scared Thomas. Maybe we can go to the flour mill and we could ask the miller to cover you in flour. Then you'll look like a ghost. We'll find Thomas and give him a real scare. Why, bless me, Edward said. That's a great idea. So the two puffed off. Ghosts aren't real. Edward's story isn't real. It's not real. It's not real. Thomas repeated this to himself as he puffed down the line. He was pulling only a few trucks, but the big blanket of fog rolled over across the island of Sodor, made his job seem a lot more scary. Oh dear, what if Edward's right? He can't be right. It isn't real. Later, Edward and Percy arrived at the flour mill. They asked the miller if they could dump flour onto Edward so he would look like a ghost. The miller laughed. Of course, that would be a great idea to scare Thomas. So they dumped flour onto Edward. Look at me, Edward said. I look like a ghost. Percy chuckled. Now time to go find Thomas. The two puffed off. Thomas was proceeding his way down the track. Oh dear. His wheels started to wobble. It was getting very foggy and hard for him to see. His lamp had broken and he couldn't see anything. Oh dear. But what he could see was the light of a signal. He had to stop. He stopped at a junction where Edward and Percy were hiding. All right. Now, Percy said to Edward. Edward pulled out a big blanket of fog. Thomas could see something. It looks like a ghost. Beep, beep, beeps, Thomas whistled. Oh dear, is that a ghost? That must be the ghost that Edward was talking about. Thomas was so scared. He thought it was a ghost and he puffed home very quickly. Edward and Percy laughed. That was great fun. That was great fun. Later, Thomas and Percy were talking in the shed. Percy, you should have seen it. I saw the ghost that Edward was talking about. And it was, and... Beep, beep. Thomas could hear a faint whistle in the back. Oh dear, I've got to go. I have to see a coach about a train. Oh dear. Thomas puffed away very nervously. In rolled an Edward. You tricked Thomas real good, Edward said. You gave him a good scare, Percy said back. It's almost as if our Thomas had seen a ghost.
saw something in the corner. I saw that shadow on the wall.
It's just your imagination.
Look, it's just the wise old owl.
Choo-choo, don't be afraid of the dark. It's easily explained. You see why things go bump in the night. Boo, boo, boo. Choo-choo, don't wander from your track. And don't be afraid, don't be afraid, don't be afraid of the dark. The little engine wondered. He thought and thought all night. Really nothing's changed, it's just the same since daylight turned to night.
But something moved in the corner. A shadow crossed the wall.
He closed his eyes, counted 10,
And remembered the wise old owl.
boo, boo, choo-choo, don't be afraid of the dark. When the lights go out and you have your doubts, why things go bump in the night. Boo, 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 choo-choo, don't wander from your mark. And don't be afraid, don't be afraid, don't be afraid of the dark. So don't be afraid, don't be afraid, don't be afraid of the dark. Boo, boo, choo-choo, don't be afraid of the dark. It's easily explained, you see why things go bump in the night. Boo, 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 choo-choo, don't wander from your track. And don't be afraid, don't be afraid, don't be afraid of the dark.
What's that moving in the corner? What's that shadow on the wall?
Don't be afraid, don't be scared, it really is nothing at all.
But I saw something in the corner. A shadow crossed the wall.
It's just your imagination.
Look, it's just the wise old owl.
Don't be afraid, don't be afraid, don't be afraid of the dark. Boo!